AM Caffeine Show. What up? AM Caffeine Show. It's your boy DOC.
And your girl Marlo J.
Smooth D and the ones and two. Smooth D doesn't like to really speak.
Yes, I like a proper introduction because I'm a DJ, so I'm always introducing and giving everybody else shine.
Well, you are a DJ, but you don't really work that much as a DJ.
That's true.
Ooh.
I work a lot eating donuts.
AM Caffeine Show. So today, most of the time on Friday, we talk about what's going on social media. We play brand new music.
Yeah.
But today, we're gonna interrupt our regular programming because it's BET weekend out here in LA.
Yes, sir.
And we have a special guest.
And one thing about I don't really like when BET comes to LA.
Why?
Why come?
Black folks don't know how to act. And I've gone, I've done my How Can I Be Down conferences and
not How Can I Be Down.
Yeah, you don't know about that.
I do know about that, but they don't have that no more.
Jack the Rapper,
Whoa.
Smooth D did a lot of Freakniks back in the day. So when you have a lot of black folks, and I hate to say it, but we be tearing up.
I think
we used to tear Miami up. How Can I Be Down every damn year. So I don't really like that.
Yeah.
I've done so much of it. So when it comes to LA, I just want everybody to go home.
You don't like us.
Go home.
But I really want them to go home because in LA, it's like Christmas time. The Crips and the Bloods, they looking for this Christmas time. Man, I don't want no part of that. I'm at the crib. I'm at the crib.
You know what I do like about it though? I like when there are the others that are looking and trying to figure it out. Like, why are all these black people here?
Yeah, but those are the ones that you hem up. They don't know what's going on. Those are the ones you try to cash out on them, right? So today, but because it's BET weekend, we have a very, very special guest today. And a lot of times you see artists that they do so much in the industry and they're going to sell records. You see them on TV. You see all these things that artists do, but you tend to forget the people that are behind the scenes, the people that help catapult them to prominence and to where they are. You forget about the folks that are really kind of help pushing the buttons, but because you don't necessarily see those people, you don't realize how important people behind the scenes are.
Importante.
And today, let me tell you, what if she keeps on with the ad libs?
Listen, why not? I'm trying to help you out.
But we don't need the ad libs though.
You don't know what we need.
We don't need the ad libs.
You don't even know what we need.
Shut the hell up. So my special guest today has been involved with some of the most influential artists of our time. Seriously. When we talk about, all I got to do, if you just say Outkast, I could just shut everybody else down that he's worked with, and that's not no disrespect. But when you talk about Outkast and just what they've done and what they've meant to the culture of hip hop, it's just what they've done is so monumental. But he's worked with everybody from Nick Cannon, it's CeeLo Green, Nas, Faith, everybody. The one and only Michael Williams. But here's the thing. We know him as Blue. So I feel a little awkward when I say the first and last name because whenever I hear that, somebody say my first, that's 5-0. Like, okay.
It feels like snitching.
Exactly. I low-key dry snitch by saying this first and last name. I'm out of line for that.
But it's cooler these days to be Mike Williams because, you got Michael K. Williams, the actor. Then you got Mike Will made it. I'm eating and getting a lot of cool things delivered to my rooms these days. Without correcting nobody. Boxes is coming to my room and Mike Will ain't a small dude, so when his stuff comes, I'm sizing it up. Some stuff came from Michael K. Williams, it was way too small. I sent it right to his room. I didn't even take it in my room. I was like, nah, this is for Michael K.
I can't do nothing. I can't do nothing with these biker shorts. Take that back to Michael K.
That's not for me.
My man Blue in the building. Man, Blue, I haven't seen you. I don't even know if you're going to remember this. Blue was working with an artist, and so was I. And I'm not going to say who the artists were, but we were in an elevator, and there was a little issue between the two artists that they needed to work out. And Blue and I were in.
I've been having
if she doesn't just stop, you can't. She's terrible. Stop.
You love that.
So we were in the elevator together and talking about the situation. what was going on. Like, yo, these artists need to talk and have a powwow and figure it out. But I was kind of a little afraid because who I was dealing with, he's a hothead.
Let's get
So I did not want them to be alone together. And the next thing I know, somehow they got outside by themselves. And Blue was like, man, just let them work it out. Blue said, let them work it out. And it ended up working out. Nobody got beat up and we're all good. But that's the last time I saw you, Blue. So great to see you again.
Detroit.
Was that in Detroit?
That was in Detroit.
Yeah.
Oh, so you remember
It was
exactly
so cold
what he's
in the
talking
D.
about.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Okay, so Doc won't say the name, but will you say the
No,
name?
you can say the name. You a snitch.
The ability to maintain privacy is one of my most.
If I guess
valued.
it when you say it,
Sure, go for it.
Jodeci and
No.
No.
And I never stopped any
Faith
Jodeci
Evans
fights.
and
When it was time to play Swing Bob, you just swung. We didn't break up things.
So, Blue, BET Weekend, what brings you out here?
Not choice. No, I'm just saying. I'm like you. I'm sitting there like BET Weekend just.
Like, how many of those have you done?
Yeah, because you know what? They blur. BET just blurs into Soul Train to me. Like,
Right. Right.
It's just all the same.
It's all the
weekend
same.
to me.
how Swag?
Same colors.
Right.
We just talked about. We were talking about earlier. Like, if you look at 1992, 93, which would have been the first year I came out to like an award show, everyone had on cross colors. Now you look up and you look at everybody going into the ASCAP Awards tonight. They're wearing the same colors. It's different style, but it's just a very colorful. So I was just saying the same colors are going on. The award shows bring out the same people.
Yeah.
That's what I think it is too. You got a lot of people that trying to be seen, a lot of people that want to go for the experience, and then you got like your industry people that sort of got to do it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where and then you just drop like sprinkle a bunch of thoughts around.
Yeah.
And
there it is. BET Experience.
That's the recipe.
It's the thought strategy.
Thought NATO. Thought NATO.
After doing it for so long, is the excitement still there? Like, not at all.
No, it's
just straight business.
There's no excitement about an award show at this point.
Not at all. What about the
excitement.
performances? The performances, you'd be like, oh my God, I want to see this person perform.
I don't even watch.
Oh my God, Blue.
I like literally. I'm at the stage where I'll do the red carpet, walk my artist to their seat, get them sit it down, and I'm out.
And you're
Peace.
Right.
Holler at me when we go to eat afterwards.
Right.
It's
Right.
just like
that's more exciting to you?
it's definitely and just sitting in the audience some nights. I think. Yeah, but I'm on that extent. I'm like that extra old now. Like I'm 25 years in here.
I was just going to say, so how long have you been in the industry now? 25 years.
I'm actually 20. This is 26.
26.
Yeah.
Were you always in as a manager?
No, I started in as a roadie, and then I became a bodyguard. Then I became a road manager. Then I became a manager.
So when you did that whole progression, as Marlo asked you, was that all through, because I know that you started out working with Flavor Unit, right? But were you doing all those things with Flavor Unit, or you started kind of on your own and then you got the Flavor Unit?
Started on my own. Started with Jodeci.
Oh, man. That's how you started, huh?
Yeah, I started. That was,
wow.
You
Yeah,
were a
that was
roadie for Jodeci?
Yeah, that was mine. That was mine.
What exactly is a roadie?
But after doing that, Blue, how much experience did you learn from fooling with Jodeci?
Look, I did 2 years with Jodeci touring, and we toured with MC Hammer and Boyz II Men for like 9 months, and we learned because it wasn't anything
MC Hammer?
out there. Yes, the great MC Hammer.
So wait, who was the headline? Okay, the MC
Hammer.
Hammer was the headliner.
Hammer, no question.
Who was the opening act?
Jodeci was opening on that. So here's what it is. Jodeci didn't open. They had different openers. So at one point, like it was Oaktown 357.
Hey, yeah.
Then TLC came out. That was right when Ain't You Proud to Brave dropped. So they came out when they just had that single. They opened up. So there were different groups that opened, and then it was Jodeci, then Boyz II Men, then him.
Wow. So that was like, 90?
That's like 92. Yeah.
So you started out as a roadie and worked your way to you became like a tour manager during that time? Or
I worked my way from roadie to bodyguard.
Okay.
Became really
Good with your hands?
From the Bronx. I'm born good with my hands.
Right.
We end up going to becoming a bodyguard, and then kind of learning. I just kept listening and learning. Like, all right, so what's the difference between what this bodyguard does and what does that road manager do?
Right.
And eventually I went from bodyguard to road manager, which basically ups your responsibilities. Like, as a bodyguard, when you move, I move. That's it in the conversation.
Just like that.
Yeah, basically. And as a road manager, I'm like junior manager on the road. I'm out here an extension of the management company. I'm representing the artists. I don't have to move when they move, but I'm taking some real responsibilities.
Right.
After about a year or two on the road as a road manager, I was probably one of the top paid and best road managers in the game. And so I got a job offer to take it up to the big leagues, and Shaquem basically invited me to come and work at Flavor Unit, and that's where I became a manager.
So Shaquem and it started Compare started Flavor Unit with Latifah.
Yes.
Right. Shout out Shaquem. I haven't seen him in a minute, but real cool cat. Real cool cat. If you deal with him straight up, cool dude. If not, you might have some issues. So your stint at Flavor Unit was for how long?
About 3 years.
About 3 years. And at what time, when did you feel like, you know what, I think I'm ready to kind of just do this on my own and start my own endeavors in my own company?
I think so. When Shaquem got me to come work for him, because he said something to me that's always stuck with me. He said, "You'll never get rich working for somebody else."
Hey.
Message.
And at the time, in the context I took it in, it was, I'm never going to get rich working for one of these artists on the road. I'm always going to have this cap paycheck that they can pay me, and I only work when they're on the road and all that stuff. So when he offered me the job, I went to work for him. As I grew, as we got Outkast, as we got Monica, as we got Next, as we just continued Donnell Jones, as Flavor Unit grew, as we got bigger and bigger, that whole statement changed in context. The reality was I would never get rich working for someone else.
Right.
And I was working for Shaquem and Latifah, Flavor Unit's their company.
Right.
So it wasn't a disrespect. It was just at the end of the day, if I ever want to be as rich as you guys are, I got to go do what you do.
Right. For myself.
Yeah.
Right.
What was the first artist you managed?
The first artist that I ever managed was a rapper named Nonchalant.
Hey, I remember Nonchalant.
What was the joint? What was the joint?
5 o'clock in the morning.
5 o'clock in the morning.
What you gonna do?
Hey,
something corner.
Yes.
Gotta get yourself
Where was she
together.
from?
She was from DC.
DC.
I had Nonchalant. I managed Gina Thompson.
Hey, come on. The things you do. I'm just going to play background. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Marlon.
Why, now that you brought up Gina Thompson, why didn't she... Why didn't she have a follow? Like, why didn't she blow up like we thought that she should? With that first single was so crazy.
That was the joint.
And that introduced Missy.
Yep.
What was the issue?
The issue.
I think at the time Gina was young and she was still trying to figure out what being in industry meant. Missy went from working on the record to blowing up as well. She was signed to Rodney Jerkins at the time. I think it was just a lot of new people in the industry coming together on this kind of like everybody's first project they worked on. And so, there was some fumbles and missteps done. So that's why I don't think it really blew. And then it was always trying to chase another record. It was like that Sunshine Anderson.
Right.
I also managed. Like, you kind of always chase that
Come
other
home
record.
late.
Right.
Okay.
So now, Blue, how much of those artists that you managed, did you get them after they had a deal, or were you instrumental in the maturation of their project and in helping them get a deal?
Doc. Use words.
I went to college.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't finish, but don't put my business in the street.
I didn't finish.
Don't put my business out there.
It was different. I think so. Different artists, like, we would catch at different stages. Sometimes we get them when they had just got a deal and the label wanted some help with management. Sometimes we get them and help negotiation. I didn't do much shopping deals back then because it was Shaquem stuff that came to Flavor Unit that maybe Shaquem was interested in or he thought we should work with. That's kind of like, all right, we're gonna work on that. And he wasn't out shopping. He was really, a lot of people coming to him, either help Flavor Unit fix them or help them get right. So
right.
It wasn't a lot, unless it was an artist like KG's artists like Next and Jaheim and them. They kind of came through while they were in that. We were like part of that development.
Right. Go ahead.
When's the last time you spoke to or seen Gina Thompson or Sunshine Anderson?
I saw Sunshine Anderson last summer. She's in Charlotte. and I think my guy. No, I saw her perform in Columbus, Ohio, last 2 summers ago, and one of my guys was managing her. Gina Thompson, I probably haven't seen in 10, 15 years.
Wow. She might be driving Lyft. Ain't nothing wrong with Lyft.
Hey.
Ain't nothing wrong with Lyft.
I know
Ain't nothing wrong with Lyft.
a few people with some plaques that are driving.
I know a gang of folks that's doing that on the low.
I know a couple of producers.
Listen, did she play her song when you get in the car? Be like, things you do. You like this song?
Do you like inheriting artists, or do you like finding them and building them from A to Z?
So I think managers have styles. You got some managers that are really A&R-ish type of managers.
Right.
And I think those are the ones that are really good at finding them when it's still weeds in the bushes, and that's where they are.
Weeds in the bushes. Sheesh.
I'm probably more of a. It's kind of like how I treat my nieces and nephews. I really don't want to talk to you until you can walk at least and have certain understand certain commands. You know what I'm talking about?
Nice.
Like you kind of. I don't really need you from 0 to 4. Around 4 or 5 years old, when you can understand commands and we can talk and I'm rocking with you. I got my nephew here. He's out here. He's working this summer. I didn't really talk to him until he got about 9 or 10. I love him now, but all that little, and that's how I look at artists.
Unless you can say what you need and want.
Yeah.
And I can give you commands that you can follow.
And that's how I like to deal with artists. Mm-hmm. I like to be able to have an adult conversation with you. I need you to already know why we're doing this. I don't need to. I'm still not sure if I want to do it, or I'm still trying to see if I want to be in love more than I want to be in art. I prefer to get them kind of when the deal's just starting, because the other problem is I end up in a lot of situations trying to help artists get fixed as well.
Right.
And sometimes bad habits are hard to break.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
especially if they've had some success prior to.
Especially if they had any success prior to.
What if they're broken? What if it's they were up? What if Gina Thompson came back and said, Blue?
Man, he'd be like, Gina, if you don't hang up my phone.
What's funny is I haven't changed my phone number since 1996. She probably could call me.
But what if they said, Blue, I need you to help me get back on. I still got the vocals. And I still got the walk and everything. You know what I mean? I got the walk that was in the video. Y'all remember that walk? She was doing that mad crazy walk. It was what if she I still got the walk? Still got the vocals?
I don't know about that one.
Okay, but I'm just saying.
No,
what about an artist you want to bring that they need you to help them bring them back from the gutter?
It depends on the artist.
If Jade called you and was like, "Yo,
she did
you remember, right?"
Yeah,
she
did. Yo, let me just see how good you really are. You didn't know these artists. Let me see, can you bring this back from the dead?
Dang.
And there's only 2 members alive, so let's see if you can really do what you do. That's what she just went. You supposed to be so good at what you do, Mr. Blue.
I'm just saying, if Emil called and was like, "Yo, I still got them rhymes."
Who?
Emil. Remember Emil?
If you don't stop, I would take Gina Thompson first.
Really?
Yeah, I might
Emil? You remember Emil?
Yeah, you remember Emil?
Jigga what?
Jigga what?
Right, the mustache. She had a mustache.
Come on, come on.
Rock Nation.
Don't do that.
Come on.
Don't do that.
She had a little mustache.
You rude and you disrespectful.
She did.
It was one of those Jersey mustaches,
Jersey mustache.
It wasn't like a real mustache. It was like Jersey women be having those mustaches.
It was real light.
It's kind of light, just a little
whiskers.
Jersey mustache. That's hilarious.
Type whiskers.
So
it's whiskers.
So Blue, when did you? At what point with Outkast were you? Was it pretty much at the beginning?
Yeah.
Did they have a demo? How much in the beginning?
It was right after they dropped Southern Playlist Cadillac Music on the Christmas album.
Okay.
Shakim. So it's an interesting story. I guess I'm here to tell stories. Okay, so Latifah ran into Dallas Austin, and if I get the facts wrong, no one's going to correct me. Latifah runs in Dallas Austin. Dallas gives Latifah Monica Arnold's demo he had just finished up, like a little. He had done a couple songs he was sending to Clive. Latifah falls in love with Monica, calls Shakim and says, we need to manage her. She's a superstar.
Wow.
Shakim calls me, says, we're going to Atlanta. We go to Atlanta. We meet with Monica, her family. We get Monica signed. On the way out, Shaquem decides we should stop by LaFace, say what's up to LA. We're in the city. So we stop. LA we're just talking, and LA mentions he has this group called Outkast that had just fired their manager, and he thinks they're going to be something, and would we be interested? And so we said, yeah, we'll meet them and see what's up. So we met with them. Seemed like nice kids, being shot from New York, still Jersey and New York. So
you hadn't heard any music at this point, just met him.
I mean, yeah, we didn't know what he was. Like,
right.
We hadn't heard something holistic, and then we just met him, we're cool or whatever. But basically kind of left Atlanta with Outkast and Monica.
Okay.
And that's kind of where the run started.
Wow. So how long were you dealing with Outkast with Shaquem before you ended up having Outkast on your own?
About 2 years.
All right. So what was that conversation like? How did that work, leaving Flavor Unit and then taking Outkast to your own situation?
I think that, I went from being a quote unquote junior manager to being president of
Flavor Unit.
Come on, Junior.
I think I had earned a certain amount of respect from Shaquem. We had a friendship. I think the conversations were kind of like, I'm the only one here that can do this. Leaving them doesn't make any sense. Mm-hmm. Like that type of like I literally, because of Monica and Outkast, I basically just went down to Atlanta. And so that's what I was doing. So it was one of those things where if I'm leaving, they're probably going to leave anyway. Like that's what happens at most management companies. The day-to-day person leaves. When the day-to-day person leaves, that artist leaves them. That's what happened with
because you've been rocking with them that whole time. They don't really know anybody else.
Is. Like, right. You understand the reason you're at the management company is that you're there for the power that the management company has. But sometimes when you're one of the baby artists that comes up and the day-to-day person deals with you, that relationship is with that day-to-day person.
Right.
So if you leave, a lot of times your artist is going to leave.
Right.
So Shah's always been an intelligent and practical guy. He's not picking a fight over something that's not worth fighting about. We're better as friends.
Right.
So it really wasn't a hard conversation
at all. Okay.
Yeah, and it's not hard to give you respect considering that you're 3,000 feet tall. I'm just saying it's not hard at all. You're kind of imposing.
I think that the goal is to be as non-threatening
as possible
when negotiating until you have to be threatening.
Until you have to be threatening.
From a business perspective, and Shaquem when they left, did Shaquem receive was there any percentages with it, or it was just clean? Did he get anything for a certain amount of time since they were?
Now I'm self-snitching? Like we just go. Isn't this how we started? We started talking about names and snitching. Now I'm just going to...
Yeah, see?
I'm just trying to understand. I'm just trying to understand the business because I know sometimes that does happen.
Sometimes to leave, you have to pay a fee to leave. Some managers...
Or maybe there's like a royalty or there's some type of something worked out.
We like to call them sunset clauses.
Exactly.
Look at you, sunset.
Exactly. And sunset clause, and then throughout time, that percentage is diminishes
until eventually it goes away.
Exactly. Got
if
you.
It goes away.
If it,
I've heard some that don't go away.
Right.
We partners.
So you were so instrumental in Outkast's career. How long were you with them?
I like to call it beginning to end.
To end.
Yeah.
3,477 years.
And what was the end? Did you feel did it run its course, or did folks just want to do other things? Was there a defining moment where you're like, it's time to not deal with them anymore? What was that?
I got fired.
Oh, well, there it is.
Grand opening,
that'll do it.
Es no más.
Yeah. Now,
do you think was it deserved?
It was. Everybody fired everybody.
Got you.
It was everybody.
He's
was
like, you fired. No, you fired.
But the thing about management is managers are the easiest people that could get fired.
Oh no, we are the prime.
I've been fired so many times. I'll get fired right now while I'm here.
No, you got to understand.
I just got fired.
First of all, management has the least barriers of entry. Right. So anybody can claim to be a manager.
Absolutely.
Like people make people managers that they don't even really trust to drive their cars. Like, there's no sense of.
Wait.
There's no sense of, besides you might have just been standing right there at the right moment,
time. Yeah.
And I trust you, and I don't trust none of these other people. So you're my manager.
Yeah, he's right.
No experience, no nothing.
People will trust people to be their managers. They won't trust to drive their car.
But that's real.
Yeah,
No.
That's
you
so
can manage
real.
my career, but you cannot drive my Bentley.
Exactly.
No.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But it's a thing where, because there's no barrier of entry, every time an A&R gets fired, every time a lawyer's business gets slow, every time everybody becomes managers because it's easy to be a manager. You don't an agent. You have rules. They like you to be a lawyer. The lawyer, they kind of like you to be a lawyer too. Like, there's nothing that stops anybody from being a manager. So what you have is this almost this hierarchy of managers, and at the bottom of that hierarchy are always like people that are trying to eat off of your client or pull your client from you, and just nipping at the bottom of
he's
you.
Preaching.
So you can't
like
be every place. So if I got the biggest artist in the world, I can't be with him every day and be as good as he needs me to be. So that means his road manager's out or his boys and them are out.
You know how many people are in their ears?
But
24/7.
But it seems like you were managing Outkast when they decided to disband.
Yeah. I'm saying literally we fired each other. It was sort of like, so I'm a real student of management, which turns me into more of a student of the business of music and the art of it all. So history repeats itself. So I'm a fan and student of Irving Azoff. Irving Azoff managed the Eagles, and like at the top of the Eagles run, they broke up.
Like the bald? No, the band. Got you.
Oh, yes.
I like, the United States
other one.
Bald Eagle. They managed.
Eagles. And
got it.
So he had to figure out how to survive after the band broke up
and
stuff. And he went and ran a label, and then he got back to management, and he became one of the most powerful men in entertainment. 8-9 years ago, the Eagles got back together, whatever. They've been touring every summer ever since, making $50-60 million a summer. I watched how he dealt with it. I watched how bands break up because they just do. Because after 10, 12, 15 years of being on the road with somebody, compromising holidays and having to make joint decisions and everything, that it wears on you. It wears on a friendship, and it changes. The things that you and your friends, and I just had this conversation with somebody, just because we're friends in high school doesn't mean we're going to be friends for the rest of our life.
That is true.
It also doesn't mean we're enemies.
Right.
It means that our life moves on and we may move in different directions.
Yeah.
And if we connect back at 45, 50 years old, it might not feel like we skipped a beat.
Right.
Because there's no animosity.
Right.
But we needed a break.
Right.
And I hear Outkast and Goody Mob, and I'm hearing Luda breaking through, and I'm hearing T.I. and I'm hearing the energy of the city and the rap game. It's all hip hop to me, because I'm hearing they're just talking about their struggle down here, and they're just trying to get their voice out, and they're ready to rock. And so for me, I was able to be kind of like right there in it as it was happening, as everybody was blowing, as people were coming up, as Luda became Luda. Like, we gave Luda his first tour. Like it was opportunities like that gave me an opportunity to respect what the South was doing, what Atlanta was doing, but I was still in New York, so I could also appreciate, everything that was going on with the East Coast. And so I spent a lot of time back and forth up 85.
Right.
What with Outkast being with Organized Noise, was there ever a time when you were like, maybe you should try a different producer, or maybe you should try, going with this different sound?
No, I don't. Look, I tell artists all the time, if you wait for me to write a rhyme or make a beat, we're going to be broke. It's not what we do. Now, I can go in the room and get your mother to sell me her house, but I can't make us no music. So, I've never. I think when towards the end, we had conversation. I said, we should do an album. Because by the end, they had never worked with a lot of people.
Right.
It went from Organized Noise to them producing themselves.
Right.
And I was like, we should go and do an album. We should do like 10 tracks, but we should get like a Kanye beat, a Primo beat, a Dre beat. I was just like, we need a Marley Marl beat. We need I was just like, we need to go get like 10 beats from 10 of the dopest, a Timbaland beat, and y'all need to just go on it.
Right.
Like just go back and forth, just like so to just remind people where we're from. Don't let them get the pop music. Think that this ain't what you are. Like this, just go hard. That was kind of one of the few times that that I probably threw in that input. Otherwise, man, do what y'all do. I don't know what y'all doing. It's working.
right.
Just having the car and play Bombs Over Baghdad. I was like, that's what we doing, huh?
Right.
Yo,
I was in on Bombs Over. As soon as I heard Bombs Over Baghdad, I knew it was a joint.
I did a routine. And
you knew you could get that on radio?
Well, I didn't say that. I just knew that I liked it.
See, the problem with Bombs Over Baghdad was the way the records came in. It was like you play Bombs Over Baghdad, and you're like, yeah, we love this, we got this, and then you played Miss Jackson, and so the label and everybody, all they ever saw, they couldn't. They were foaming at the mouth to get to Miss Jackson.
Right.
But we were like, no, Bombs is what we need. You got to do Bombs. So we basically made them shoot. Like, we're not going to shoot a Miss Jackson video if
you don't shoot.
Because we know what y'all going to do.
Yeah.
So we ain't going to shoot this unless we shoot that. And then they gave us a little like bullshit rollout of Bombs at radio, but they never went hard
on it. Yeah.
And then one day I was driving and Miss Jackson was on. I was like, wait, when do we drop it? Clive in LA had pressed the button and were gonna call me when they got to me, I guess.
Right.
That was the dopest thing ever with the dogs bouncing their head to the music. I was like, yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
That was on F. Gary Gray.
That was F. Gary Gray. So I did. At what point? Because I'm glad you brought that up, Marlo. When did you form your relationship with video director Brian Barber? Because for a while, Brian was doing most of their videos, correct?
I don't fuck with Brian. No,
okay.
I'm just like,
and that's not the first time I've heard that from someone either.
Yeah, hold up. On the real, I'm changed up. I'm being nice to people. No, so Dre and Brian formed a relationship probably somewhere like, I think I started seeing Brian around by Quem and I.
Okay.
So, and they just formed a creative relationship where, you know, Dre had these ideas and stuff like that, and Brian was writing and all that, and it just sort of created. The creatively started having some really cool ideas. And that's sort of where it just grew from there. And then that'll take care of Brian Barber. Let's button that up. AM Caffeine Show. So my man Blue's in the building. So Smooth D, let's go into a couple joints before Blue gets out of here. Let's play some classics. AM Caffeine Show. My man Blue's in the building. Don't go nowhere. BET weekend.
Get your morning started the right way with the AM Caffeine Morning Show.
AM Caffeine Show, Smooth D in the ones and twos. I want to make sure we shout out our sponsor. Shout out to LA Gear, LAgear.com.
LA Gear.
Dropped us off some new shoes. So check them out, LAgear.com, on Instagram at LA Gear. We appreciate all the gifts. Brand new T-Raw runners, which is Tyga's collaboration with LA Gear. So shout them out. And also,
what portion is he giving to China? Anyway.
China?
Go ahead.
That's probably who made the shoes, but go ahead.
It's probably who made the shoes. You're so
because they was made in China. Really, that's so racist.
That's
so racist.
Everything is made in China.
So
that's so racist.
Inside of her?
Excuse me.
Inside of her.
Not
so we
China.
just don't get
you
to
talking
guess
about Black
sneakers?
China?
What'd you say?
We just don't get to guess those sneakers.
Oh no.
No, they don't make them your size.
They don't make them your size. You want a size 17? You don't got that.
He said, I wear a size 72B. You be like, what?
And also, let me shout out to the brand new station that's rocking with us now on Dash Radio. Shout out to Moonlight Station. We are no longer on iCraft. They shut iCraft down. But shout out to Moonlight. You can catch us on Moonlight each and every Wednesday and Friday. She's going to sing the Moonlight.
Some walk by day. You like my Al Jarreau?
That's a little Al Jarreau.
But Al Jarreau is the one who sang the theme song, the Moonlighting.
You got to get a little bit more nasally, though.
Oh, my gosh, she's the worst. You're not gonna quiver. You're not gonna quiver your lips like Eartha Kitt. You're not gonna quiver like Eartha Kitt.
That's what makes it saying you can sing.
You kind of look like Eartha Kitt today too, a lightweight. So my man Blue is in the building.
Blue Basia.
Blue, how did you get Blue? How did you get that nickname? Because we're both dark.
Yeah, but it wasn't in a funny way. It was Jodeci's, Casey and JoJo's grandmother nicknamed me Blueberry. And so it became Blue.
Cause you blueberry.
Okay.
But you know, like when some 88-year-old like black lady from North Carolina, when she's calling you blue, like blueberry, like she's saying it as a compliment, and like she could appreciate it.
Yeah.
Like, and so it just sort of just went.
It just stuck.
Yeah. It just
Did it start off like, look at you. Look at you. You're so tall and you're handsome. Look at your skin like it's poured on. Come here, baby.
That's kind of close.
Like it's poured on.
It's very close. It's very close. It's something just like that.
So, Blue, with everything that you've done, what is it that you want to accomplish next? What's next on your list too?
I'm trying to transition to a place where I manage things that don't talk back.
What?
Wow.
Like consumer products?
Like brands or events, shows,
You don't
things
want to
like
talk to
that.
us? You don't want-
It's you spend 25 years dealing with pillow talk and all that. You kind of get to a point where you're like, I just want to like do work on stuff that listens, like, and actually just listens, like not actually listens and argues back.
Right.
Listen, do what they want to do anyway.
This one.
Listen, just like listen and really ain't listening, like just that whole thing. So next for me is kind of transitioning. I'm working on I'm producing more shows now, like show like festivals and concerts. Like a couple of weeks ago, me and my partners did the Your MTV Raps 30th anniversary.
Man.
I went to that. I sure did.
We know you did.
So, Blue,
Yes.
now that I know that you're involved in that, why come that's not in L.A.? That has to come here.
It's coming to LA. We're doing LA next.
I was so upset.
We're doing LA.
Wait. Is it going to be LA rappers? Because there was no.
Yeah,
West Coast
but
rappers.
no,
it was-
you got to
so
be
here's the
very,
deal.
you got to be very select with the LA rap.
it
You
was-
be select.
Yeah.
I know how to select it.
No,
I think so. So honestly, like we just wanted to do that side. Then we wanted to come out here. Snoop wants to Snoop was like all in with it. Big Boy's all in with us. Like everybody's gonna make sure that we're able to do the same thing, the West Coast version. Because if you didn't see it, we had like 40 artists. We were in there 4 hours. There's 20 artists, 4 hours. No one complained about how
crazy.
long. No one was like, there was no problems. Everything was all good. And we have visuals and everything for every artist. So we had to produce it. So we felt like if we're going to do it, we want to do the West Coast the same justice. So we're going to produce it properly. So we just need a little more time. So we'll probably do it sometime this fall, early winter.
You know what I want to hear?
I
want
was-
to hear it's Mix Master Spade, and I'm ready to rock.
well, it's going to be hard to hear that because I think he passed away.
passed away.
So it's going to be hard to do that.
I'll sing it. I'll do it.
No, you won't.
No.
I can.
But I saw so many just, folks putting up stuff on social media, and I felt like I was there, but I was really upset that I wasn't there.
Right.
But man, you were there, Marlo. You
I
went.
was there, yeah.
Did Blue give you a ticket?
No.
Okay.
because I didn't know Blue had anything to do with it.
He snitched on himself.
No. What's really, really funny though is she got her tickets from me. She doesn't even know it.
Didn't
that's
realize
what's
it.
really funny. Sheer comedy.
I'm sorry.
She was a guest of someone else.
Right. That's how that works.
When balling goes wrong, when you trying to act like I had tickets to the show,
When balling goes wrong.
I'm trying to make it sound like my name was on the guest list. Her name wasn't on the guest list.
It wasn't. You're right.
Her friend's name was on the guest list.
So?
And guess where her friend got
Get
her
a
tickets
good
from?
ticket from, right.
So let's circle back to where we started all this.
Okay, fair
As I
enough.
was
Fair
saying,
enough.
we'll be in LA.
Yes.
Yo MTV.
I can't wait for that, man. It looks
Man.
really dope. That's a
And then
huge
we taking it to
accomplishment.
Vegas.
That's a huge
Okay,
accomplishment.
Listen, let me
Take it to
tell you
Vegas.
what I
She
can
said
do.
to go
for
to
you.
Vegas to be like a full time.
I could DJ it. I could host it. I mean, I could just I could sit in
There
for
she
people.
goes again.
You know that. I mean, I don't know if all the members of JJ Fad are still alive.
No, they're all
I mean,
here.
I could just,
But I don't know if they'll make that show. I don't know if we'll book them, but they're still
They're
still
still
alive and
around.
kicking.
I mean, I'll join in. You know what I'm saying? I come in. We're JJ Fad, and we're here to rock. Sorry. Okay.
And a hush.
Okay.
So
Like,
you want to
hush.
do more festivals? So are you're still managing a couple artists now?
Yes, I'm still managing. I manage. I work with Nick Cannon. Work with Molly Music.
Okay.
Major.
So,
I always have a soft spot for R&B. So like Molly and Major, kind of where my management stuff is, trying to fight for good, real music.
Right.
Nick is just a content genius and like a little brother to me.
Right.
So,
He just shot him. He's had like a movie. He's like shooting 5 movies or something like that. Yeah.
We got the Wild 'N Out tour that's going out.
Right.
Taking it out on tour starting in August. Getting ready to shoot season 12 of Wild 'N Out down in Atlanta, first week of July. And just opened up the first Wild 'N Out sports bar down in Miami.
Nice.
Really? Where in Miami? South Beach?
Yep, South Beach, right on Ocean at the Hotel Victor.
Hey.
Is it near? Is it near V Live?
I think they closed that one.
Oh, I don't know.
I haven't been back in that one.
Are there plans to open more of those?
Yes.
Okay.
The plan is to open them up and spread them all over. We're going to open in San Diego, one out in L.A., looking at in Brooklyn, Newark, Dallas. The goal is to really turn it into, one of those places that people can go and have a good time, family fun, the whole nine.
Right. Nice.
I'd like to ask you a couple of questions that I'd like to call out of the blue. It's random. Okay, one. Boxers or briefs?
She's the absolute worst.
You love me.
Go ahead.
Tell everybody you love me first,
Go ahead
Doc.
with your out the blue questions.
No, first tell everybody you love me, Doc.
Okay. Go ahead,
What do
Marlo.
you mean okay? Just say it.
Let's go. We have a guest here. Don't be rude.
You make me sick. You love me, Smooth?
That's the question.
Oh, hell. Okay. Boxers or briefs?
Sports briefs.
Sports briefs. That's the long enough that the boxers, but the clutch enough for the. Okay, got you. Okay, what's the first album you bought? First, okay, not album. First, anything music that you bought, hip hop.
Oh, hip hop. Oh, that I bought. Damn, I gotta think about that because we made the tapes up until I was 15. Like Eric B. and Rakim, Paid in Full.
So
Nice.
Paid in Full that was your first full length.
That was my
hip-hop
first purchase.
Purchase, really?
That's the first time I purchased it because I was also I grew up like Kid Capri and all of us. We all
You
grew up
recording
together.
off the
So we
radio?
either recording off the radio, Red Alert, and doing that,
Yeah.
getting that, or that's what you had cats start making their mixtapes like that you would get that had all the hits like that. So that first time I actually went in and brought something was Paid in Full.
I think mine has to be the vinyl of Rapper's Delight.
Wow. Mine was like,
And then Sequence, Funk You Right On
Shut
Up.
up, Nancy. Come on.
Mine
Come
was-
on, B. What's her name? Angie Lee
And
Stone.
Angie Stone.
Angela.
yeah.
Angie.
All right, so Blue, you here for the rest of the weekend? You have any other? Are you involved in any events? Or you kind of just moving around, just moving and shaking, nothing that you're actually
shaking,
doing.
supporting, Jermaine celebrating
shaking,
25
moving
years
all
with So
around.
Deaf. He's got an event tonight. Going to support him.
Okay.
Culture Creators event on Saturday. Joy Brown and the Culture Creators are honoring this year's group. And then some other events. Just kind of, my man Mark Pitts is having his.
Mark Pitts. Okay.
Yeah, he's having his party that he has annually. So a couple of events that I'll stick my head in. Politics. See if we can find some money.
Right. Then I'm going with you because I'm trying to find money too. Saturday, Smooth Day. I think we're going to go hang out and go to this Slick Rick 30th anniversary.
Yeah, I'll be there too.
That's the Valley store?
Go do that, and then I'm gonna go see.
wait.
I'm gonna go see 702.
702
is performing on Saturday, so we're gonna do that. And other than that, I'm not doing anything else BET related.
Staying
out the way. AM Caffeine Show. Shout out to my man. Blue, thank you for hanging with us, Blue, man. It's always great to see you, and definitely someone that I've always looked at your career and all the things that you've done. I think it's really dope.
Indubitably.
Thank you guys for having me. I know you guys are supposed to have my man Charlie Mack on here.
Yeah, we're supposed to have
The
Charlie
legend.
Mack. Yeah,
The
I think
legend, so OG, I said, what up?
And
Absolutely.
we still will.
there it is. AM Caffeine Show. Blue, are you heavy on social media? Folks want to reach out to you, or you kind of
The Check Finder on Instagram and on Twitter.
the check finder? That's such a dope handle. I'm hanging out with Blue because he finds the checks. AM Caffeine Show. You guys enjoy your weekend. If you're in LA, it's BET. Don't come out. Hide your wife. Hide your wife. Hide your kids.
Stay
AM
safe.
Caffeine Show. You guys enjoy your weekend. Good looking out, Blue. We
Thank
out.
you.
Have a good one.
Check. One Marlo Magnificent. Marlo the Magnificent. Magic Marlo. Marlo on the strip. Marlo on the track.
Marlo in your mouth still. And the winner is still Marlo in your mouth. I'm going to go with that one.